All right. Good afternoon, everybody. Thanks for joining me in this video. This is afternoon. This is 2:58 p.m. Nigerian time. All right. Today, let's talk about majorly on insecurity challenges from across the country, and also the departure of Bola Ahmed Tinubu to France, from France to United Kingdom, and a lot of people have been reacting differently to it. People are saying, wow, if Nigeria is to be, a real country that is working, if a president is making the world to understand that his doctor is in France, that another of his, bed is in London, how can people reason and believe in such country? Because a president is supposed to be number one marketer of any country in the world. So if the president is letting the world to understand that I don't have, my doctor in Nigeria, I don't have my lawyers in Nigeria, most of the things I have, one of them are in abroad. So how will the world sees it? It is very unfortunate anyway. So a lot of people have been misreaction because of this. A lot of people said that Tinubu is not going to any annual leave, that Tinubu is going to, see his doctor in France. Every now and then he's going to France. What is he going there to do? So these are the issues that a lot of people are talking. So after this thing again, we'll be having a guest who will also be telling us the situation in some part of the northern states right now, what they are experiencing. So let us get the ball rolling. Let us understand what people are reacting. I was watching Arise News, that was yesterday. I saw the reaction of Rufai Oseni and a lot of people talking about, the traveling of Tinubu, the excessive, and how the masses are being kept in darkness. So with all these things, some people who actually believe that this country is run like a secret court continue to have the confidence that what they believe is actually right, because that is what the president is making people to feel. Come on, what you believe that this country is not going to work is real. What you believe that the president is marketing the country is real. So every now and then they keep on making the mistake that is actually making people to believe that this is not a real place. All right, stay with me while we wait for our guests. Listen to this conversation from Arise News. I'll be right back.
Now let's take reactions to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's 10-day visit to Europe, with stops in both France and the United Kingdom. President's special advisor on information and strategy, Bayo Ononuga, made the announcement in a post on X saying that the president departed Abuja on September 4th to commence a working vacation in Europe as part of his 2025 annual leave. He added that after the trip, the president will return to the country. The president was accompanied to the airport in Abuja by a delegation that included the governors of Lagos State, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, and Imo State, Hope Uzodinma, the secretary to the government of the Federation, George Akume, and ministers. His latest trip comes just 2 weeks after his return from Japan and Brazil for official state visits, while also making stops in Dubai and Los Angeles during that tour. Well, let's take some reactions. I'd like to pull this reaction, and this person detailed. It was a lengthy tweet, and I'll start. I just had to take some excerpts from that tweet. And he wrote, he was responding to Ononuga's post on X. He wrote, Mr. Ononuga, thank you for the update that our president is jetting off again for accountability. Nigerians deserve clarity that matches the office you speak for. First, Your statement is vague. What exactly will the president do in France and the United Kingdom during this 10-day vacation? Please publish a basic itinerary with objectives, name counterparts, and expected deliverables. That is standard practice when presidential travel is framed as working time. It also helps the public track outcomes, as seen when Paris visits produced specific agreements last year. Second, context matters. The president has traveled to France frequently since 29 May 2023. By 12 April 2025, credible reporting had already counted at least 8 separate visits, totaling no fewer than 59 days in France. There have been further European trips since then. Please confirm the updated count. Third, the president has also visited the United Kingdom several times in office. The record shows a private stop in London in June 2023, a Buckingham Palace meeting in September 2024, a 2-week leave in October 2024, which included onward travel to Paris. Then meetings in London in April 2025 before returning to Abuja. Please give the official tally to date. Fourthly, there are persistent rumors that the president uses France and the UK for medical attention. Your office has repeatedly denied this. ICIR and other outlets have reported concerns which you and your colleagues dismissed as baseless. Given the public interest, it would be helpful to address this issue transparently rather than simply denying it. A clear medical travel policy for the presidency would settle speculation. Well, the ex-user went on to talk about Section 145 of the Constitution, which requires the president to enable the vice president act on his behalf when on vacation. Finally, he wrote, Nigeria is not a private enterprise. The president holds authority in trust. Transparency is the price of that trust. If this is a working vacation, show the work and the outcomes. If it is personal, follow the Constitution and let the vice president act. Anything less weakens credibility and fuels the very rumors your office says are false. Put the facts on the record and explain plainly why you cannot. Rufai, I saw you nodding your head a lot of,
yes,
you know, I mean, I think that he was quite apt in, in all of the details that he
posed. In all of the details.
Really?
And that's the question. And see, Oji, that's why we keep saying it is sad for a country that wants to grow, that thinks about accountability, and we don't have the medical records of the president. Other countries, for God's sake, do show us the medical records of their president. Who was the African president that died recently that told the people that he was going for a medical situation before he passed? I think it was President Gigomp of, what's it called, of Namibia. He was upfront with the people. So, if for anything,
yes,
and those that keep arguing that his medical records are private, please, with due respect, if President Tinubu wanted to keep anything about his life private, he shouldn't have run for president in the first place. As long as he's our president, we have a right to ask and inquire.
This is it.
This France, almost every time. France, UK, with taxpayers' money. This year alone, God knows how many times he's gone.
100% I agree with you.
And that's why when Ayo was talking, the president should, if it's local tourism, it's not tourism.
No, but the explanation was quite vague.
I'm going by what the statement. It's not tourism. That's why they always, it was when we said we must demand accountability, they now showed us a picture of President Tinubu meeting the king in London then. That's why they say that was the only thing he was doing and working. Yeah. We can't keep having this visit without even knowing what is going on there.
Transparency.
There's no big deal.
Yes, no big deal.
If there's a medical situation, release it. If there's a medical report, let us see it. If there's none, show us.
Everyday France.
And for that Section 145, Ayo,
yeah,
they will not respond to that because over the years they've already put that lacuna in. They will say if it's not up to 21 days threshold, then you don't need to hand over and all of that. That's the kind of... And you know why I'm saying this?
Yes, why?
President Buhari did the same. He left for months.
But President Buhari was 6 months.
at a time.
We was
quite time.
And we keep
Unforgivable.
So
Let me take this tweet and I'll come to you. Another Twitter and X. I mean, because this story is quite viral. It's quite shocking at the point. At the same time, only because he just came back. Well, this person on X wrote, at a time when hunger, unemployment, insecurity, poor health care, fuel crisis, and unbearable inflation are killing Nigerians daily, a president has no business running abroad for vacation. True leadership means staying home, facing the problems head on, and sharing in the suffering of the people you govern. Go ahead.
Let me even start from the beginning. Before he became president, the president had been going to France. So we already saw the writings on the wall, that when he does become president, he might very likely be going on these trips. Recall that before his inauguration as president in 2023, he was away in France for 34 days. In fact...
All right. Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for joining me. They are talking about the health of Tinubu. And a lot of people does not see that as a concern. A lot of people don't see that as something that is very important. Like what I just said that before even Tinubu became president, that he had been traveling to France. So remember during campaign, there was a time Tinubu raised his hand and there was something like a pipe that came out and he just came back from France that period while he was waving at people when he was coming down from the plane. Now, anybody could be sick, it's normal. After all, he's an old man. A lot of people don't even last up to his age. So it is normal for someone to be sick. What these people are trying to say is that the transparency about his health is very important, okay? That is a part. So let's focus on the issue of insecurity. And someone reached out to me this morning, and we were talking about the insecurity in the northern part of the country. And there is a local government area called Mogoi, Dambao local government in Borno State. Dambao local government area in Borno State. So for a matter of fact, this local government area is important for people to understand that it is left with one community that is under the control of Nigerian constitution, Nigerian government, and anything Nigeria. In a local government area, only one small community that is remaining. And that community is just like a detached community from the local government area, which is very far from, the main local government. It's like the community is very close to another local government. So the whole local government is under, the rulership of the terrorists. Where do we start from here? Now, the debate here is this. Since the federal government of Nigeria, to my own opinion and to my own understanding, if the federal government of Nigeria understands that these terrorists are insurmountable, that is to say, there is no how they can defeat these people, or there is no how they can win this war about insecurity. And they actually know how these people came into the country. They actually know how these people started terrorizing. They actually know everything that is going on about the movement of these people. Some persons are saying, why can't the federal government give these people what they want? Because, Boko Haram, a lot of people don't know the purpose of Boko Haram. And like you hear, Boko Haram, Western education is prohibited. Prohibited, like this thing is a taboo, it's an abomination. They don't, anything concerning Nigerian constitution, the way of life of Nigeria, they don't want it. And if some politicians are sponsoring the set, Boko Haram set. Now, come to tell me, does it mean that who you are seeing in Senate House of Rep, most of them don't still believe in what you are believing. They don't believe in the entity, they don't believe in the country, they don't believe in all those things. So that is why these people continue to give these terrorists a safe haven, because they have the same ideology with this terrorist set called Boko Haram. And someone who have different mentality, different ideology, who never believe what you believe in, both religion, education, your lifestyle, what you eat, everything, they disagree with you. The Nigerian military will also capture them. They will tell us that they repented, and they will tell the Boko Haram members, you can become the president of Nigeria. So someone who does not even believe the same thing with you, the person can become the president of Nigeria. Someone you told us that these people are international terrorists, you are making them to repent, you are putting them into the society. Now, this also brings another revelation that people are saying that, many of these bandits, terrorists you are seeing in Nigeria, that they are people who their brothers have been here, that APC imported their brother in 2014, 2015. So they now ask their brothers to start coming. They want to reunite with their people. So if they come into the country, the only thing they have to do is to carry arms and pose like a bandit, like a terrorist. So after some time, they will come out and say, we are repenting. Now, they will now put them into the society. Most of them, they give them homes, they pay them money. You understand? So this is a process by which these people now are trying to join the society. They want to use that to integrate into the society by just coming into Nigeria, carry arms. So now, for you to become a citizen of Nigeria, you don't need to stay in Nigeria up to 10 years or 15 years or 5 years. You don't need to just come here and have a residence. Only thing you have to do now is to come with your gun. When you come with your gun, after some times, what is going to happen is that they will put you into what they call repentant, terrorists or repentant bandit, it depends on the name you can call it. This is a taboo. This is a very, very bad thing. A very, very, but in fact, when I'm saying it's a bad thing, I am underestimating the danger of it. That only thing you need now to become a Nigerian president is to bring your gun from outside the country, come into the country, start terrorizing. And once you start terrorizing, since you are part of the people or brother to the people they imported into the country, they will just tell you, oh yeah, come and repent. If you can drop your arms, we'll give you house, we'll give you money, we'll integrate you into the society. And let me tell you, imagine if America, most of the European countries, China, all these countries, if they adopt the same strategy, the whole Nigeria will just go to their country and become terrorists so that they can put them into the society and call them citizens. This is what is going on. Nothing more, nothing else. And we have governors who are making sure, see, all these people, they watch what is going on. Imagine all these terrorists, if they, for example, they're in Mali, they're in Burkina Faso, they saw a governor, like what Banda Mohammed said on Chinese television. So if they saw a governor, for example, and the governor saying, we are going to bring the whole Fulanis from around the world. Fulanis are global citizens. Let them come into the country. Let them do this. Let them do that. So it will give them, a courage. It will give them that hope that, yes, if I come into this country right now, wow, it will be a good thing. Because a governor in the country is already saying that we should come, that is going to give us money, change our life, doing everything. When does it become a law in Nigeria that you can just call anybody to the country, or you can give anybody gun to come into the country? You know why I keep on stressing this thing? This is because no matter what we say, no matter what we do, a lot of Nigerians don't still have access to informations or what is going on in the country. This is terrible, and this is too bad. So let us return to, we'll be back. Let us return to Arise News and finish up the clip of this presidential journey, the traveling Tinubu is making. Every now and then he's traveling. And I'm going to tell you people this simple fact. If a president don't have hope in the country, if a president don't believe in the country, his doctor is not in the country, most of the things he's doing is not in the country, that should send a direct message to, the masses that this is not a real place, because the president don't believe in the place. Even though his president is going to vacation, a president ought not to leave the country for vacation. What happens to his country home? What happens to using the opportunity? By the way, what are they doing to even go for vacation self? Anyway, we'll be coming to all these things. Let's go back to what, the analysis of the Arise News regarding this.
Of it that people are concerned about. The last time he went to the same France and UK, he spent 19 days. He came back just before 2 days. Now they say he's going for 10 days. Now, Mr. Nonuga says he's going on a working leave. He didn't say he's going for medical reasons. So that medical reasons that people are talking about is speculative because that's not what he has said. However, transparency and accountability is important. I had commented on this morning. I only want to add a footnote. Now, I've seen a picture of when the president was leaving.
We have the video. I don't know why they are not playing the video.
Some governors went there to see him off. Now, some of those governors, I don't want to embarrass them.
Yes.
When he was returning a week ago from Brazil,
yes,
they were at the airport to receive him.
Waving.
Look, people should call their governors to account. If they have no job in their states, they should stop going to
airports
airport to receive president.
Shake hands.
To see president off in an utter display of sycophancy. Don't they have jobs in their states? And some of them go to this Abuja just to go, goodbye, sir. Welcome, sir. What kind of governors are these?
All right. Well, all right, Dr. Mati, well said. We need transparency. Yes, that really is the sum up of this conversation.
In 2025, I hear the president has gone out 15 times. And it speaks volumes. I'm not saying the president doesn't have a right to go on his holidays. France and the UK, as usual. Some people are saying, oh, it might be medical related. The president has not said anything about medical. We have to state that. He's saying he's going on a 10-day working leave. But just recently, he was in St. Lucia. Just recently, he was in Japan. Just recently, he was in Brazil. All of this is at a great cost to taxpayers. Because, look at it, the president travels around a lot. Taxpayers have to pay for it. We incur the cost of the new jets. But next year, January, hope you know that there's going to be 5% tax on crude refined in this country. That might also jack up your pump price. Even the CNG, that they said there was a subsidy on for some time, they said they've now removed subsidy on the CNG. The CNG was supposed to be that tool to cushion the effect of high price of petrol. CNG is now going for about 384 something for one SCM of CNG today. That's even if you get it to buy. So when you see the president flying around at the expense of taxpayers' money, the question you ask is, what does this government even do to make the people feel like they understand the pain we are going through? At a point in time, to fly that jet, to buy aviation fuel, to service the jet while it's away, for parking fees, all those things are not cheap. And it's going to be gone again for 10 working days, which is 2 weeks. Some people are also going to make the argument, oh, it's not ceded power. Anyway, we've long passed that level because we know the 21-day lacuna definitely will always be there. And I say the 21-day lacuna deliberately because they will act as, oh, if it's not up to 21 days, there's no reason to cede power. But that's the way we roll in Nigeria. If you are at the top, you have a field day.
As for President Tinubu going on working leave, now in April 2025, President Tinubu traveled to the same France and UK for 19 days. Now they say he's going for another 10 days. Now he has just returned from a 12-day trip to Japan and Brazil. And in between, he stopped over in Dubai on his way to Japan. He stopped over in Los Angeles on his way to Brazil. However, a president is entitled to working leave. Okay? We cannot argue with that. But when he was leaving Brazil, I had jokingly written on the back page of this thing that I hope that the president will not stop over in France and in UK to say that he has some urgent business there. So it's just confirmed our suspicion that he has something that he goes to France to pick. He has something in UK that he goes to pick. But they say it's working leave. And Mr. Nonuga also says it is part of his annual leave. So as president, it's part of his prerogative to go on official visits, to go on state visit, to go on working leave, to go on official leave. We just hope that this will not be extended beyond the measure. And that the work that the president is doing there, it will be adequately reported to us.
All right. Glad you are still watching up to this point. Now, let us think and focus on the reason why the government are not taking the action they are supposed to take regards to insecurity challenges in the country. Especially if you are following me on Facebook, or you just join me on YouTube, there are a lot of things that a lot of people have not understand about insecurity in Nigeria. And that is why I want to revisit it again. Because any wise thinking Nigeria is asking one question. Why is it that this insecurity persists? And why is it that the action of the government, like, they don't reason the people who are dying, they don't take it serious? Even though it is at the back of some military barrack, they will tell you that they don't have order to fight it from Abuja. Why? For every reasonable Nigerian, for any reasonable African, even the world, any place you are coming from, if you are reasonable, I think you will ask this question. Why is it that the government are not serious about the insecurity challenges? And that is what I just want us to revisit. And I want to let you know that the purpose why it is happening is because the government are part of the insecurity. Now, let me tell you this for free. Both in the north, in the south, in the east, in the west, there is no insecurity, terrorist group, or anything, insecurity that can last in Nigeria for 1 week if the government is not supporting it. Any kind of insecurity at all, if there is no government armed personnel or anything that is supporting it, there is no one that can last just for 1 week. They will crush it. They can't do this because they know how this insecurity started. They know who imported it into the country. They know that their hands are stained, and there is a kind of movement they will do. Even these people can even expose them. Is there anything that people have not done about insecurity in Nigeria? It took Dubai the pain of seeing the movement of money from Dubai to Nigeria, from Nigeria to Dubai, circling it around that they are using to sponsor Boko Haram terrorists. Dubai, United Arab Emirates, I mean to say. So they released the names of terror financiers. Up to today, where are the names? And the reason why they are doing this is not more than
Let me first of all say that the idea of bringing people from outside the country to destabilize wasn't, I didn't say they brought people to destabilize. What I said was that the idea, they actually brought people into the country with the intention that those people will come and vote for them. I think you understand? And they never realized, they never knew, they were never convinced that they were going to win that election because PDP was very, very strong on ground. So the fear was that they were going to lose the election. So the only thing they could do was to bring in people who could serve as mercenaries to come and win elections for them through the back door. But when the new PDP came on board and joined them and to form the APC and won the election, they didn't know what to do with those people. And in the process, those people became uncontrollable. Many people are...
That is the excuse. And in the process, those people becomes uncontrollable. In the process, those people becomes uncontrollable. So this is the jargon that they used to speak every day. Actually, these people imported these terrorists. They continue to speak jargon upon jargon every day. It doesn't make sense. So for those of you who do not understand, the genesis of all this insecurity, I'm just trying to revisit it to let, people who are following me newly now to understand that your politicians you worship, most of them, not all of them, we have good politicians out there. We have good people out there. You understand? But these are what the APC, government cabal and their coalition in 2014, 2015 did. And it is very, very, bad, something that everybody's supposed to write on top of their wall. It's supposed to be in the memory. Now, if they are teaching history in the school, such a thing is supposed not to be out of the curriculum. People supposed to know how terrorists, they are called bandits, have killed up to 1 million people, came into the country. And you see how this man was saying it on Channels television. Is proud to say it because he knows that nobody can touch him. Nobody can touch him. It's not only him now, but Enaya Baribe, a lot of people used to come to national television. They boast about it. Do you remember this man, Kowa Baraje? Even on his 70th birthday, he's also explained how we brought in Fulani militia from Mandi, Syria, Senegal, that's 2015 election. These are the things that nobody wants to talk about. If you continue to talk about it, they say you are a threat. You are a national security threat. You are a threat to national security, something like that. Okay. Now, what of people who imported these terrorists? So these people are not threat. Nigeria never ceased to amaze me. And Nigeria never ceased to amaze me. You see, these are my concerns. These are my concerns. Now, let me tell you, if there is no insecurity in Nigeria, remove insecurity. Every other thing is challengeable. You can go and challenge anything you want to challenge. But in the face of insecurity, if someone can kill you, nobody will even know because many people are dying. They will say, oh, it's insecurity, it's gunmen, it's bandits. They will just put it like that. If you challenge the power that's been, they will use insecurity to remove you. The same people that are in the power, if they see where there is gold, where there is iron ore, bitumen, anything like that, they will also sponsor insecurity there. So someone there just made that revelation last year. So there are a lot of things that, that are going on, but people are not interested. It is well. So I don't know. My guest is having a difficult connection. A very bad connection. I don't think that he can join me again. And with this, I think I'll be calling it a day. See you in the evening. I will be having a live stream section tonight. I think that is our major live section. So this one particularly wanted to just talk about what is going on and bring a guest who is from Borno State to tell us about what is going on. But I'm trying to bring him to the stage. It's not connecting, and I guess it's because of the network issues over there. So I really appreciate everyone for joining me this afternoon.